So welcome back to another part of the 3 series where I fixed the remaining issues left on the car, like the headlight not working, the sensor and everything else. Now let's open the bonnet and let's start the work. Gotta pull it twice with BMW. Don't know why, but that's just how it works. Now, this is not a 6-litre V8. It's a 2-litre hybrid plug-in. If you didn't already know, I'm sure most of you already knew that. But yeah, let's get to work on the headlight. So just a little reminder of how the damage looked like before. This is it. And obviously we fixed it now, but there are a few things left. Just like the headlight, the left one isn't working for some reason. But we're going to get to that because it's an important issue we need to fix. There's a check engine light and a tire pressure monitoring sensor light, which you need to fix. And there's a check drivetrain seal fault and the parking sensors don't work. So let's get to that now. So unfortunately, I didn't have the parts required to take the bumpers off. I lost my 8mm. But when I went Halfords, came back, I forgot to even film me taking it off. But I did film the aftermath, so let's see that now. So I've taken a bumper off to access the headlight and the arch lining that goes in front of the wheel. So I've taken the headlight out, it's right there. And basically the reason why it wasn't working was because there was a fuse right there and it was completely gone. So after some diagnosis, I managed to find that, and after some Google, YouTube videos or whatever, the headlights, this one works. That's one of the issue. But once I finish this, I'll get onto the sensors which are on the front along there. It turns out there's more than one fuse box. I have to take off this trim piece here to access this bit. Turns out you can't even take this off. You can, but you have to access these nuts there, or yeah, whatever it is. It's an 8 or 10mm. Gotta remove that before I take this off. Believe me, I tried to take off without doing that. It wasn't happening. And then there's a fuse box there, and then the trunk. But let's look at this one first. Let's see what's happening. So after changing the fuse on the fuse box, I was able to get the headlight working. But the only issue I got now is that I've got to realign it back to OEM standard. So I had to call my brother to come help me hold the headlight in position while I screw it in. So let's see if we can get to OEM. So what it is, yeah, obviously there's a 2-inch gap, which obviously means, and look at this gap here. What is that? And it's moving a bit as well. Actually no, it's not moving, but I've got a gap there, whereas this one's alright. But this one I've got to readjust it and make sure that it lines up with the bumper, and then, because if the headlight ain't fitted properly, it's gonna look whack, yeah? But I still have to readjust this one, even though the position is correct. There's like a little gap here. I'm gonna try and fix that. And so after a long day of work, managed to get the headlight in a good fitment, yeah? Look at that. When you put the bumper on properly, there'll be no gap there, and the gap here is OEM. Absolutely nice, yeah? BMW can't do it better than me. Look, oh my days. And obviously this gap will go once you put the bumper on properly, which I clearly haven't done. But that's lovely, man. Just came to BMW to pick up the auxiliary battery and the wiring sensors loom. Turns out that they're not only closed on a Sunday, they're closed on a bank holiday as well. And with my luck, today is the bank holiday and the rebuild has been pushed back yet another day, because I wanted to pick up on Sunday. But unfortunately, that's what it is. It's disappointing, but I guess that's life. Life is full of disappointments. So we got the battery. Now it's time to fit it right here. In order to access the 2 screws we got here that's holding this cover down, we've got to remove this plastic trim if we can. It's hard with one hand, but yeah, we got one screw there, one screw there. And here we go, this is the faulty battery. But before you start taking apart the negative terminal and the screws that hold it down, we got to take out the big battery and the hybrid battery in order to stay safe and make sure the car don't blow up. But yeah, we got this one looks a bit different, so I've got to check if it's the same part number. But hopefully it's the same one. Spent 70 quid on it. Successfully removed the hybrid battery, taking out the negative terminal here. Oh shit. And now we'll go back to the front. And basically with this one, you got to take out the negative terminals and the positive one. You got a screw down there, a 13mm and a 13mm down there. And from what I remember, that was it. And then you take it out and then, yeah, let's get started. Now, it's just time to take it out because hopefully it comes out. It's a bit heavy, this one, isn't it? Not mind my foot. It's got a good grip on it. Fuck me, and that's the battery. Hold and in with a new thing. I would hold and in with a new thing. Oi. We love to see it. Let's find it in. Oh my days, this was a hassle. There's a little tab here. It's a pain to get out, man. But we finally got it out. Now we gotta put it back together, man. Take this off. Why did you get this off? Don't worry about it later. So this is the moment of truth if the drivetrain and the engine management light goes off, yeah? Because I've replaced the auxiliary battery, which is meant to be the issue. So the engine management light should go off and the drivetrain fault. So let's turn it on and see what happens. Come on, engine light go off, engine light. Engine light is still there. Engine light is still there. Is the drivetrain fault? Oh, drivetrain check soon. What? Okay, so I'm gonna check this out. So after I changed the battery, check engine light was still on, I decided to just leave it and go holiday. So now I'm back. We've got to try and fix the check engine light and the drivetrain fault. We've got to check the, we've got to replace the sensors and the wiring loop, and we've got to. Something I just found out is that the exhaust tips, they're not the same. The exhaust tips, one's different. because the exhaust tip fell off. So I gotta get a new tip for that. Now we'll start with sensors and I'll let you guys know how that goes. Take care. So to diagnose the car, I've got the trusty Autel to see what the engine light's for and see if we can get rid of the tire pressure monitor sensor light that we've got on. Hopefully we can do that now with the Autel. Got the ignition on. So I forgot to record the results of what happened from the Autel, but you're gonna have to look at the car while I explain it. So basically what happened was the air mass flow sensor was showing that there was no air mass flow going through the box filter at the front of the car. And basically when I checked it out, there was a wire that wasn't connected. So once I plugged that in, the engine light was gone after I cleared it. So we've come to the conclusion that this tire pressure monitoring sensor, it needs to be replaced. It's faulty. So I bought a new one from BMW. It set me back £100. And like, you can't buy it from like an aftermarket when you have to buy it from BMW. If I'm wrong, let me know, but what I've been told is that you have to buy that from BMW. So now we've got to take the wheel off and take it to the mechanic shop so they can fit this one. So let's do that now. So now we put the tire on. We got to check if the tire pressure monitoring sensor light, it's a long word, but that's just what it's called. If it comes on, then we're possibly gonna have to drive it for a bit to reset the tire sensor. Not the tire sensor, the tire pressure. And then hopefully it goes off. If it doesn't, then the new sensor's faulty, which I've got from dealer. So I'm gonna have to get onto them. But let's hope now it's gone. Should be. Why is engine light back? It's telling me it's resetting the tire pressure, so I have to drive it for a bit. So I'm gonna drive it and let you guys know once I've finished. So the tire pressure monitoring sensor light was gone after I drove it round, because you're meant to reset it while you're driving to check if the pressure is alright. And in the engine light, it was due to me not registering the new battery, which you're meant to do after replacing one, but I forgot to do it. So using the Autel, I did that and the engine light was gone. So that's it for the 3 series. If you enjoyed the video, remember to like and subscribe to me, and press the bell so you're notified every time I upload a new video. And take care and keep coming back to watch my new projects.